Welcome to the Overheard podcast. We are live here in Banff, recording every week, episode 27. My name is Dan Rudel. With me always my co-host.
We got Maddie Rage. Let's go.
What's going on, Maddie? Our guest this week. Sorry.
You just ask and then it was going so good.
So
Dan.
smooth.
So good. And then you're just like, how's it going? No.
I'm just a little antsy because we've had a week off. You know what I mean?
How was your week off? You
Pretty
didn't even
sick. Pretty sick. Went camping.
Where'd you go?
Went to Nelson.
Actually, so our guest this week is I'm just kidding.
Got me, dude. Got me.
God, that was a good one.
Yeah, went camping, went chilling. Our guest this week, though, Fred from the Brew Pub.
Come on.
Welcome. I figured I'd introduce before we get too far in, so we want to know how her week
you
went
can
too.
forget about me. That's okay.
No, of course not.
Dan will just cut you off anyways.
I've had a lot of coffee today, so
I'm getting pretty
I am
jazzed
on the
too.
trigger for sure.
Dan makes a strong pot.
Oh yeah, for
big
sure.
time.
For the pod, I make the
Oh,
strongest pot of coffee.
He'll bring like this jar down here, and it's just like he's like, "You want some coffee?" I'm like, "I don't know if that's a good idea." Like, yeah, fuck it. It's one of those kind of pots of coffee.
It's rocket fueled, dude.
No doubt.
Anyways, how's your week been? How's your week off, Matt? What'd you get up to?
We did the work barbecue. I DJ'd for like 9 hours. It was pretty sick.
Sick.
First little live DJ set, so that was fun.
Congratulations.
Other than that, man, I just kind of chilled out. Took it pretty easy. The usual.
Yeah, we got back into camping, went down to Nelson. It was beautiful. We got away from the smoke, got away from the rain.
Nice.
Chilled on the beach for a day, just like we found this beach that was tucked away. Probably like a little short walk away from the campsite. I don't want to give up our spots. Had the beach to ourselves for the whole day. It was sick. Like it was along this trail, so people would just walk and like see us chilling. They were like, "Oh, damn!" Like, wish I would have thought of that, and then kept walking. So we saw maybe like 10 people the whole day, and then at like 4:00. Some lady from the camp shows up. She's like, "Sorry to ruin your private beach." And there was like 40 kids with her.
Oh,
They're like,
God.
"We're coming to do an art class here." And we're like, "Yeah, sweet." Like,
Question is, did you join the art class?
no, we did. We kind of like went on the
damn.
paddleboard and like gave them the space for a little bit.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
They seem to be having a good time though. Anyways, that's what we did. Then worked a whole bunch, golfed a little bit.
Nice.
What about you, Fred? What have you been up to?
Just work. I had a friend visiting from university for a week, so
Very
that kept me
nice.
busy. And then just normal life in Banff.
Normal life in Banff.
Yeah.
Always.
The chaotic normal life in Banff.
Yeah.
Summers are getting gnarly, dude.
Man, I
Like,
know it's wild.
it's
Like,
pretty
actually, it's been too bad the past couple weeks, but
Well, I feel like the back to school is kind of starting to hit, and kids
Yeah.
are kind of, or families at least, are slowing down. The older crowd's starting to come
Oh, yeah.
out,
Mm-hmm.
as I like to call them, the blue hair season.
oh yes,
So all the Rocky Mountaineer folks coming down with tons of money. They've been saving their
call
whole
it,
lives.
I call it soup and sandwich season.
That's a good way to
But
put it, man.
That's just because I work in the kitchen. That's all.
Yeah, soup and sandwich season
Like,
for
oh,
sure.
that's we're selling a lot of soup all of a sudden. A lot of bread.
I love dealing with old people. Like,
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
Old people are so cute when they come in. I just like got a soft spot for them. Like,
Especially out here too, because they got money and they're just here to chill out. They're just like, whatever, man. We're just here to eat soup and have a sandwich.
well, they're usually pretty respectful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like that's what
they're
kind of
not out
wins
here to
me
fight
over
and-
all the time. You
They're
know?
not out here going to club fighting.
Definitely not. So some very important news this week. We'll get to the interview with Fred in just a moment. We'll dive into that. The vote.
Oh yeah,
So big vote last night. The townspeople voted no.
apparently.
Voted no on Banff Ave. Yeah, residents voted no. Reoccurring pedestrian zone from May long weekend to Thanksgiving. A few positives and a few negatives to take from this whole situation. What happens next is council will meet on August 26th. They have to read the results of the vote into law and change the current legislation from being able to close Banff Ave to
Nice.
the current decision, which is not being able to explore that idea for 3 years.
So what? They can't. That's it for the next 3 years, and then they'll figure it out. Or what?
Exactly. So it's not a no forever. It's just that particular system of Banff Ave being closed for patios and businesses and whatnot is not allowed to go forward next year. It does kind of take us through most of the summer, which I think was planned by the town. Reason for that, I think we can all draw our own conclusions there. In my opinion, it's a win for residents and a loss for big business. The way I see it, very few companies profit from having patios on the pedestrian zone, and the others kind of have to play catch up to kind of mimic what the others are offering. Now, the numbers are pretty wild as far as people that voted. It was very close. It was decided by just over 200 votes.
Oh, is that close, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
What are the numbers? I had them pulled up here. I think we have them on that post that I sent you. If you don't mind pulling that up there, Matt.
Yeah, we could pull that up. Give me one sec.
So it says Banff residents vote no. Just gonna cut through it.
Yeah, here we go.
So Banff residents vote no to the pedestrian zone. Unofficial results are in: 1,194 yes, 1,328 no.
Yeah.
So because the result is no, according to the provincial law, council must pass a bylaw to rescind the original decision to have an annual summer pedestrian zone. The next council meeting is, like I said earlier, on August 26th, where this will take place. Then I think they have a few days after that to take everything down. So
okay.
Yeah, so it does take us kind of through the end of August.
So that's why. So they're actually just gonna axe it like right in the middle of summer. I figured they'd like wait until the whole thing was done, but
they can't. It's like
wild.
by law they have to take it down due to the decision that has been taken place. I think one point that's important to highlight. I'll be open about it myself. You can probably tell by my opinions on previous shows. I voted no for the simple reason is that I don't want that space being used by businesses.
Fair enough.
Parks Canada, I think the pedestrian zone should be an open space that has no business involved. I think 3-year break from the current system will give them time to reevaluate, potentially add infrastructure to a pedestrian zone that eventually no one can profit off except for maybe Parks Canada, right?
Right.
Not everyone shares that opinion. A lot of divisive opinions on the internet. Lobbying's been super weird, in my opinion, about that. The yes side
Right.
kind of hired a campaign team and had this whole thing going on.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. I didn't realize how like actual paid for that was.
Well, that kind of sent alarm bells off to me, right? Like, obviously, someone has vested interest enough to pay money and pour money into this, which is a huge red flag.
That just means somebody's making money.
Absolutely.
Like,
so someone really, really wanted that pedestrian thing to be a permanent thing. I think you can draw your own conclusions there once again. One thing that really struck me through this whole debate is a quote that I heard from someone in town. It was kind of through the grapevine. And it kind of went like this. And it was, if you came to the Banff National Park only to see Banff Ave, then you've missed the point of what the park system is trying to offer. And that kind of really struck me. Like, the town of Banff is here to add resources to people to come and explore nature, right? Like, the pedestrian zone, Banff Ave turned it almost into a Las Vegas strip. People are coming in, taking pictures, drinking on the patio, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not the point of Banff National Park. It's for Canadians to come and see the nature. The town is here to service those people. To make Banff Ave, the pedestrian closure, the main attraction, I think kind of strays from what the original values of the national park system is. That's just my opinion. You can form your own. There's also some more issues, but again, I think that's kind of enough on that. You can kind of draw your own ideas. Yep. Moving forward, at least next year, we'll see what goes on with the open Banff Ave. Okay. I think traffic will continue to be an issue. I don't think
probably.
I don't think that's
not gonna solve anything.
No, I like, as far as traffic goes, the sheer number of vehicles coming in is the issue. Intercept lots raises other issues about paving wildlife spaces, and
it's not the end all be all of like the solutions, but I don't know.
I just think it showed some weird divisiveness in the town. Like,
it did.
It was reminiscent of like world politics, and of course our friends down in the South. Like, divisiveness is kind of the tool to keep people fighting each other. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to fight our neighbors because we think it should be closed or open. Like, that's why the political arena is there. Mm-hmm. That's why these things are put in place, right? So I don't know. We'll see where this goes, but I'm excited that we have 3 years to keep big business out of the pedestrian zone, which I think should be the focus.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Anyways, Moving on to more fun stuff, Fred. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, I put you in my political rant there.
That was good. That was good though,
Yeah.
Dan. I like that. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, no one ever really brought up like that whole aspect of like just make it like pedestrian zone.
That's it. Why does business have to encroach?
There's just no other option. It's yes or no. They didn't bring up other option to the situation.
Well, I think there was purpose to that as well. Like one of the mailers that was sent out for the yes side was like, cannot be revisited for 3 years, and then ... probably never. Well, it's like the people that are campaigning for yes don't know this. You don't know who's going to be in power in 3 years. One point that I forgot to mention was the voting numbers for this, right? What was it? I had the numbers up here. The census of 2021 reported there was 4,450 Banff residents with Canadian citizenship age 18 or older. So 4,450 people that could take part in this election, technically. So about half of them turned out.
Nice.
Right? We got about 2,500 out there, 2,400 with the numbers all combined. The issue with that is those numbers are huge compared to people that turned out to show up for the council voting, even for the federal election. So the pedestrian zone has gotten people more polarized than local politics ever has.
That's awesome.
Which kind of raises questions of how local council got there in the first place. If people aren't happy with the decisions, get active and get out there in the local political arena, because it couldn't have got this far without these people in power anyways, right?
Right.
So I think it's just a call out to everyone, whatever side you're on, to just get involved in the politics, so that you can have your voice heard and we can kind of steer this town in the direction that the people want it to.
No doubt.
Anyways, enough about that for real.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's get to it, Fred. Thank you so much for coming by and taking the time to chat with us.
You're welcome.
Let's start with a little bit about you. Where are you from?
Originally from Quebec, but grew up in Lethbridge. My family and I moved to Alberta when I was 16.
Okay. Were you happy about that?
No.
No. Fair enough.
Not at 16.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. Like changing provinces, especially
Going
that
to high school.
Yeah.
So it's pretty challenging, but made it work.
Okay.
And yeah, now I'm really happy that I'm in Alberta and living in Banff.
Nice.
What a place to live, huh?
I know. Can't complain.
Well, I mean, for obvious reasons you're here, but what made you choose here? Like, you just packed up and moved out, or?
No, actually, because I wanted to have a career. I didn't want to just move somewhere and not have a job.
For sure.
So I wanted to have the security to have a job. So I went to school. But when I moved to Lethbridge, obviously it's a very boring city, I would say. I mean, it's good.
I've never been to Lethbridge. I've been to Pincher Creek, pretty close by.
I don't think I've ever been either.
Well, I mean, it's all right.
Not missing much?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful area. Like
it's a good like family city, I would say. Without being Calgary or Edmonton. Like it's a good side. It's great. But yeah, when we moved to Lethbridge, obviously I wanted to become a ski bum, but I was just like, I need a job first.
Yeah.
So first I was like, I'll move to Fernie because it's closer to Lethbridge. Or like Banff is an option too. So went to school, have a chemistry background, worked in the lab for a couple of years, and then I realized like I cannot work in a lab and live in a fun town.
Yeah, for sure.
Or it's going to be a little bit more challenging. So decided to go to beer school.
Cool.
Because there's breweries in fun towns.
And where did you go to beer school?
Quebec.
Okay.
Yeah, Bishop's University.
Nice.
So yeah. And then I went back to Lethbridge because I got a job there first. But I had friends in the brewing industry here in the Bow Valley. So I was here pretty much every month.
Okay, nice.
And then you guys probably know Miranda from Banff Ave.
Absolutely.
A few years ago.
Yeah.
So got to be friend with her and hang out. And I was like, I'm going to try to get you to Banff. And here I am.
Nice. Right on. So quite a long journey from chemistry school to beer school, which I didn't know was a thing. They had, so it's like a part of the university where you go in there and they
so there's a program. So the program I did was a graduate program. It was only a year. But like if you're looking at the program at Oates College here in Alberta, that's a 2-year program.
Okay. Did your previous schooling in chemistry like give you a fast track into brew school for sure?
Yeah. So you needed a science degree to get into that program.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just so people out there know, if you want to make tasty beer, you got to learn the science first, of course.
Oh, hell yeah. So what keeps you here? Because you've been here how long now?
6 years now. Definitely the lifestyle. Like, love the mountains.
Nice.
Obviously it's always busy with the tourists, but it's nice to like your backyard is amazing. Like the mountains,
yeah.
you can like do whatever you want, right? Like I almost
100%.
have too many hobbies that some season I'm like, oh, I didn't even do this hobby this season. Like
I
Yeah.
can feel that. Like, me
Yeah.
and Nat just got back into camping, and we're like, we've only done 2 big hikes. Like,
I haven't
all
hiked
our
yet.
time's been kind of
Well,
like,
I've done like
camping,
small
yeah.
hikes with my dog because that's it. But
Yeah.
So you gotta do hikes to go camping. That's the secret.
camp and do hikes. Well, we try to do that
no,
too.
hike in and then camp.
We haven't done that yet. Our
That's fun.
setup's pretty like car friendly right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Like I feel like once
Oh,
you
you
get to
doing the glamping?
backpacking, it's
you need like a completely different
like a whole like,
setup. More toys.
we got an air
more toys,
mattress.
yeah.
It's pretty
More
comfortable.
stuff.
Our car camping setup, honestly.
God.
Yeah, the backcountry camping is just a little bit much. Maybe next year get like a smaller tent. Like
yeah,
you know,
start slow.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's something that I did. Yeah, never did like for years. We just kind of got out of it, and we
Nice.
just decided we're gonna get all the stuff. But yeah, hiking
On,
is
on the
stuff
note of hobbies, what do you like to do for fun in your downtime when you're not brewing beers? And
Well, right
sunning
now I'm
days?
just hanging out with my puppy.
Nice.
So
New puppy?
she's taking my whole time.
Oh no.
oh, new puppy.
How old?
She's 7 months now.
Oh,
She's
geez.
my assistant brewer.
Nice.
She
Nice.
comes in the brewery.
Right
It's
on.
really
go.
good. But yeah, biking, hiking, patio
Cool.
beers, obviously.
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 Snowboarding, all the typical hobbies that you get around here.
I mean, it is the summer, of course. So
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, yeah, the
Um,
activities go from like I'm just snowboarding to like what are we doing this weekend?
Well, the summer's so short. You got to
Yeah.
take advantage of it.
Oh,
You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
be wasting nice
No.
days sitting around.
Well, it's almost
Or you
over
can sit
already.
around and read outside.
Well, yeah, as long as it's outside, you know, don't want to be in your apartment. So Banff Ave Brewing, what is your official role at Banff Ave Brewing?
Head brewer.
Head brewer.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you said Miranda got you in there.
Yeah. So I was her assistant for 3 years, I think. I think it was
Cool.
3 years. And
Okay,
then
nice.
when she moved on, then I took her position. And then, yeah, took over. And then here I am.
How was that transition from assistant to taking the reins? How was that transition?
It was pretty good. Definitely busy. But I like to be busy, so that was nice.
For sure. It does suit an active lifestyle, it seems, right?
Yeah,
Like,
especially the brewery that we have here. It's very manual.
Mhm.
So I almost don't have to go to the gym.
nice.
Oh yeah, I've helped carry some bags of stuff in once in a while. If you're
Yeah. Hey, but now we have an
elevator.
elevator, so
Oh yeah, right. They got the
I know.
elevator now. Yeah,
I've been losing my muscles.
the grains and shit. Like bag of grains is like how much a bag of grains?
They're 25 kilos.
Oh,
so there you
yeah,
go,
that's
We had to
That's
carry them
heavy.
like
Yeah,
up the
for
stairs.
sure.
Yeah.
You're-
And like
you're-
it's like dead weight. It's like carrying a friggin' dead person. It's just like this slumped over like bag. Of
Oh,
just-
yeah.
oh yeah, it's awesome.
And
I
every
say it all the
Friday we got
time.
like our liquor order, so we had to carry the kegs up
Oh,
the
yeah, the kegs
stairs.
too.
That was fun.
Yeah,
kegs up the stairs is never fun.
No.
no, I did that at the liquor store for a while, and it was just like, didn't you just have a slide or something we could use, or like?
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
a story about the gnarliest setup. In Australia, I worked at this bar. It's called the Clarendon Hotel in Newcastle. And you had to get the kegs down into like the cellar.
Yeah,
But they had this gnarly trap door that opened like in the parking lot. And you had to put the kegs on a rope and put them on the slide and ease them down with the rope.
what?
So you could, yeah. Like it was the most dangerous thing in the world. And it's like a full basement. So you're standing on like,
Oh, I've seen some gnarly ones where you just let them go, and there's like a tire at the bottom that catches
there was a
them.
tire.
Yeah, it was,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so gnarly. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen them come off of there before. It's pretty sick.
They pay
It's
me
like,
to
get
work
out of the
out
way,
here.
like don't catch that.
Yeah,
That's like
leave it.
200 pounds. Yeah, you're not gonna stop it. Just leave it alone. Oh god. So what's your like typical brew day look like? Like your if you're going in and you got to brew that day, what's that process kind of like throughout the day? I guess.
Well, we have to mill all the grains that we have. Most batches are between 350 kilos to 450.
Jeez.
And
Nice.
Nice.
Again.
and once again, you have to like lift the bag of malt into the mill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you're running the mash where you're creating your sugary water that's going to transform into alcohol later on.
Nice.
And then basically the whole day you're moving that sugary water into your kettle. And then when it's in the kettle, that's where you add your hops. And yes, hops is responsible for flavor, bitterness, So yes, every beer has hops in it.
For sure.
Yeah.
When people order, I'll have one with no hops.
Yeah, it's like, well,
a
that's too
non-hoppy
bad. You can
Like,
have
well,
a water.
Yeah.
After everything's in the kettle, then we boil it. And then we cool it down to add it into the fermenter, and then that's where we add the yeast. And then that's where the yeast eat up all the sugar to transform into alcohol.
Nice.
So the brewing process normally takes 7 to 8 hours.
Okay.
And fermentation, when it sits in the fermenter, between 2 to 3 weeks, depending what kind of beer we're making.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
What are some of the quicker styles and what are some of the longer styles?
Ales will be faster.
Yeah.
Because it ferments at room temperature, like 18 degrees to 20 degrees. Lagers will take a little bit longer because it ferments at a lower temperature.
Okay.
That's why it takes longer.
Interesting.
And then you need to lager the beer.
Yeah, because it would take more time for the yeast to consume the sugars.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, science is cool.
There you go, Dan. You learn
Science
something new
beer is
every
coming
day.
together here. How would you describe your brewing style? What are some of the styles that you like to produce?
My brewing style. I like to brew beers to please people. I don't always love them, but I'll make them to please people.
Fair enough.
But I really enjoy brewing darker beers because it smells like chocolate and coffee when you're brewing. So
Those
it's just
deeper
like
aromas.
Yeah, it just smells so good when you're brewing a stout or a porter.
Nice.
I can attest to that. I've been at the brew pub when they've been doing it. It's like, ooh, that smells good back
Yeah.
there. That's got to be like stout or like black pill or something dark. Like, oh yeah, it's awesome.
It smells good.
Heck yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I think the black pill was probably one of my faves. It kind of mashes two of those, like the darker notes,
But also a lighter
but
beer.
also a lighter beer to
Like you can
drink.
crush
Yeah.
those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
bless
Larch-
you.
Larchy's joining in. Bless you, Larch.
Hey, Large, joining us as always. Right on. So I didn't know it takes that long, like 2 to 3 weeks
Yeah.
to ferment,
Mhm.
huh?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So you just hold those in tanks at the brew pub.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you brew all the stuff for the brew pub there, or is there some outsourcing that happens as well?
No, right now we have 3 of our beers that are not brewed on site.
Okay.
Just the beers that we're packaging because you've seen the brewery.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah.
tiny. Yeah.
It's pretty small.
Absolutely.
Like there's no room for a canning line
Mhm.
or anything. So when we decided to package, we contracted a brewery in Calgary.
Okay, cool.
Smart.
So Rider Dry, White Wit, and Black Pilsner are now brewed in Calgary for us.
Okay, nice.
But we have somebody from the company that makes sure they go taste it before they package everything. So
Beautiful.
still our recipes.
Nice.
Somebody from the company watch over that to make sure it's on point.
Well, I think that's pretty cool. As craft brewers
doubt.
kind of start to
Mhm.
grow, the larger breweries kind of let them step into larger equipment. Like it lets you
Mhm.
kind of expand your reach as a small
Yeah.
brewer, right? To put
Because
more
obviously
product
on
out
the
at once.
top floor of the mall, we can't really expand.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're kind of
Well,
trapped
and a
here.
canning line too is insanely expensive.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
There's not
Mhm.
a lot of like smaller breweries that have one. Like there's portable canning lines that go around.
Yeah,
and
you
do
can
other
rent
stuff.
some if you have the space for
Yeah,
it, but like
yeah.
obviously we don't.
It's just
Yeah,
do it in the
exactly.
parking lot.
I know Grizzly
Pay for
Pod-
all the parking
Yeah.
stalls.
Yeah, just the whole parking lot. Set up a canning line for the afternoon. Be like, yeah, we'll take the parking tickets. Just whatever. It's like 25 parking tickets all in a row.
Yeah. Thank you.
It took up this many spaces. So no, that'd be great. I'd go help.
I think so too. I think if you rallied the troops, you'd have a lot of people, you know.
You know
Out
what?
to
I'm
help.
happy that I don't have to can.
For
I've been to
sure,
a brewery
for
where there's
sure.
canning. I'm like, no, thank you.
As far as your personal taste, if you can pick any beer, past or present, whether it's your brew, another craft brew, or even like, I don't know, some people like Labatt 50. Like, what is your
Oh, God.
beer if you had to choose one?
Don't say Labatt.
Could be one of
50.
yours too.
Don't say Labatt 50.
I really like the coconut porter from Sheepdog.
Okay.
That's my
nice.
go-to.
Coconut porter sounds delicious.
I know, but they
Nice.
removed it for the summer, so I'm upset with them. They know.
They are well aware. This is not breaking
Yeah.
news here. This is not breaking news.
They're like we know we frigged up.
Yeah, but it's gonna come back in the winter, so I'm excited.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
beers go seasonally. Do you have like a rotation that you like to do as far like are you planning months in ahead? Are you planning seasons in ahead?
So we change normally beers every 4 months.
Okay.
So right now I'm kind of getting started for the fall beers. With the Oktoberfest coming, Marzen is
Oh,
gonna come back.
Ooh.
Okay.
I drank a
Um,
lot of that the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah.
I have drank a substantial amount of that keg over the past several years. Like,
Yeah, I
that
don't know
tank
if
has
our-
gone down a little bit every time I go in.
I don't know if our
There's-
viewers are aware of Matt's time spent at
Yeah.
the brew pub for sure. He knows
Hey,
the
man.
beers quite well, I would say.
I sold a lot of craft beer for a long time, and then I
Yeah.
also drank a lot of craft beer for a long time because I was selling craft beer for a long time. So you know how that goes.
I did
Yeah.
see a twinkle in your eye when I did mention that Fred was coming in. We were talking about beer, so
Nice.
So yeah, the Marsden's coming back. There's 1 year I didn't bring it back, and I got in trouble by my friend Sarah.
okay.
Yeah,
She gave you shit, did she?
Yeah, she's like,
Like,
you
dude.
need to bring it back next year because
Do you get that? A
It
lot of
is
people
good.
reaching
Yeah.
out and be like, "This
You
is
need
my
this is the
brew.
best
I
beer
want this
ever,"
one."
and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay. So
It is good though. We'll
Mhm.
have. Oh yeah, you don't drink beer. We'll go down and you can.
Well, I
watch me
used to drink a lot of beer,
Yeah, but
dude.
you can,
like-
you can go. We'll go down when the Marsden's ready. You can watch me drink like 4 pints, and then
Honestly, like I
Oh
could
my God.
smell it. Like I've done tastings before. I just
Yeah.
don't like swallow it.
Yeah.
Like it's the swallowing the beer part that gets me in trouble, not the tasting it.
yeah,
So
you're good.
you know, it's
yeah, good point.
Yeah.
You can smell beer all night. You smelled like 10 beers. Like, man, I'm on it tonight. It smelled like 10 beers.
honestly the last time I had a little bit of alcohol by accident was a few years ago, and I was trying some what's it called? Some eggnog, homemade eggnog.
Oh, they didn't tell you had rum in it?
No, well, I don't really like. It wasn't someone that I was advertising my sobriety to neither. I'm like, oh, I got this homemade eggnog, man.
Yeah.
You want to try some? And I was like, yeah, sure. I tried some, and my like I knew right away. Like my ears went instantly hot. It was like such a weird
You're like,
feeling. I felt like
"Oh."
I was slurring and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, yeah,
Oh,
it,
yeah,
it was
also, like-
insane.
Like an ounce and a half of.
Not even like a sip. Like I took a sip and I knew instantly. I was like, oh, okay, I got to put this down. But yeah, it was
That's
very,
wild.
very weird.
Wild.
Anyways, moving on.
What?
Moving
We don't want
on.
to talk about eggnog anymore.
No, eggnog is weird. Would you ever do like an eggnog brew? I feel like that's so gross. A kegnog.
Kegnog.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I
I'll
don't think-
pass.
I don't think it would like
Yeah.
be
Just
very
do-
shelf
Just
stable.
do like some weird beer with lactose and then like add in just nutmeg and cinnamon and weird shit.
Yeah.
Well, there's a
It'd be
big
gross.
like
Actually, it might be all right, but it might be gross also.
I
I'm sure
read
it's
about
been done
some
before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
trend in cocktail making, and it's like milk stripping. So
What?
they like put milk into the booze or something, and it like the fats will absorb the colors or something. Anyways, sounds horrendous to me.
What was someone drinking? Oh, I was at the brew pub once, and someone at the other end of the bar. It was just some random tourist. They were ordering. What was it? It was gin, grenadine, and milk. They had like
What?
6 of them. I'm not even kidding.
Nice.
I'm not even kidding. They had like 6 of them, and me and I can't remember who the bartender was. We're sitting there looking at this dude like, "Is this for real?"
That sounds
Like-
disgusting.
Yeah, it was wild. I'm like, that is probably a bunch of the most disgusting flavors I could ever think of together, like milk, grenadine, and then gin.
Oh
Like, could you imagine just gin and milk?
no.
Like,
No,
just
thank you.
botanical.
Gin and anything, dude. Is
Yeah.
not for me, man.
Tell us how you really
Hey,
feel.
I
dude.
love gin, but milk, no.
Well, speaking of gin, one of the prominent botanicals that you find in gin is juniper. We have tons of that in the national park. What type of local ingredients are you using, if any, in your brews? Is there are you allowed to use water from Banff?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
use the water from Banff. I guess that's pretty much the only thing. Like
'Cause
all
we're
our
not allowed to
base
take
malt is
anything,
from
right?
Alberta
Okay,
because like
Nice.
there's a lot of field
Yeah.
barley and whatnot.
for sure.
But other than that, I do like using like local businesses like Banff Tea Co. I
Mhm.
love using their
Oh, yeah.
tea.
Yep.
I make a lot of beers with their tea because it's nice. It's like the taste is like subtle. It's not like too much, and it doesn't taste fake. So
What style of beers have you made with their tea?
we've done a green tea raspberry once. We've done Earl
I
Grey.
was gonna say
Earl Grey is
Earl
so
Grey,
delicious.
yeah.
Anything Earl Grey,
That
I'm
one was
on
pretty
board.
good.
We've done they have a cucumber melon tea that I used once.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
Last summer we had the watermelon lager that I used their watermelon tea.
Okay, so lots of collabs
Yeah,
coming out with the tea
mhm.
company. Nice.
Yeah, I just like using them. It's like very easy and the flavors come out like super good. So
and to mention, I believe they're the original tea company, like the first one that kind of started with a storefront in Banff. So
mhm.
very
Those are the
important
Shout out
to
to them.
mention that.
Yeah.
those are the guys right beside like the sushi place
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
they're good.
absolutely. Tons of great stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
coming
a
out
sweet
of
little
there.
shop too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pop in there if you haven't been. Shout out to them. Let's go.
So I thought like, yeah, the Banff water is probably the main ingredient in beer. So I think that's probably the coolest part.
Well, fun
is there any
fact.
like weird? Yeah, let's hear it.
So the company has 4 different brew pub. The one in Jasper, here in Banff, Las Best Campio that opened 3 years ago, I believe. But we had Fort Mac at some point. At some point, all the brew pub had the same recipe for the stout, but it tasted better in Banff because of the water.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is that same vibe. You hear this all the time with like kokanee, that it's like it's better out west than it is in the east, like where we're from, right?
Yeah, water plays a huge role in the brewing.
For sure. Minerality, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure we're pretty unique as far as our minerality here in Banff. I used to have a buddy that worked at the Banff water treatment plant. He used to come by the bar at Tony Roma's and just sit and hang out with us. Chris, big shout out if you're listening, buddy. He's back in Nova Scotia. I think they sent him out from Nova Scotia to like see the water treatment program here and try to implement the same kind of systems in Nova Scotia.
Cool.
But he ended up staying and like getting a contract here because he loved the place so much.
Classic.
But yeah, we do have some of the best water in the country as far as like tap water and stuff. Like it's bar none. You get people like tourists come by asking, "Is it okay to drink the water?" Like,
yeah, but you want to. Yeah. Any other unique challenges with brewing in Banff? Just being a smaller place.
Yeah, we mentioned the size
just
of the
a smaller
building.
place. I'd say the brewery being like super manual, but other than that, I mean, you make it work.
Well, I feel like you taste the effort. You know what I mean? In a more manual style.
The sweat and
brewery.
tears.
Yeah, like
blood, sweat, and tears.
Well, it's like the passion goes into it, right?
Well,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
I think like that's what separates craft beer from those big brands. Is there's more passion. There's more.
And then just press one button and that's it.
For sure. Like there's more of your own creativity and personal style that goes into making the beer, which is pretty awesome.
No doubt. Well, that's like every brewer though. They all like, I mean, nobody really brews beer because I hate brewing beer. Like I've even brewed beer at home because I love doing it, right? Like
true.
I'm like, fuck it, I'll brew some beers.
Done some home brewing?
Oh yeah, I did a couple. They turned out pretty deep. What are you doing?
I never have. I don't think I would have the patience in my drinking days to have it sit there. It would just like burn me inside, you know?
Yeah, you just gotta wait though. You crack one and you're like, nah.
Yeah, it's not
We'll
ready.
give it another week, and then you crack it and you're like, yeah, dude, let's go. Glad I gave it that extra week.
For sure.
Like sometimes, man, it's just a waiting game. Like you do all the work on it at once and then you just sit and wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a weird process to do. But,
Absolutely.
oh man, beer's good.
So brewing in a whole, I don't know if you would say the same thing, but a fairly male-dominated industry, some would say, as far as brewing, brewers, that type of stuff. How's your experience been navigating that industry being a woman?
It's hard to say because like in the Bull Valley at some point there was like 6 female brewers.
That's what I think. Like the brew pub has always been kind of more female leaning, which has been cool. Yeah. But when you go to like, you know,
when you're
beer
going
fests
to like
and conventions and stuff, right?
People are still shocked, especially like with my name. They're like, we want to see the brewer. It's like, oh, we'll get Fred. I'm like, and then I go to the table. It's like, oh, we're looking for Fred. I'm like, I am Fred.
Yeah.
I am the head brewer here. Yeah.
I am the manager. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's got to be a pretty good feeling.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay.
Well, you guys do the Women's Day brew every year, don't you?
Yeah. Every year we do it. We think it's important and we try to get as many women possible in the industry. Like they shouldn't be scared to get into it. I mean, it's 2024 now. Like it's more common. Like it's a job, right? Like
I think Tara was singing your praise on an episode that we did with Tara Buchanan. She's been doing comedy, so we had her in talking about comedy stuff. Great episode. If you guys haven't listened to it, go check it out. But yeah, she was singing praise about doing brews with you guys over at the brew pub as well, like collaborations. I think she was brewing in Calgary. I forget where. But yeah, it's just cool to see women getting into the into the business. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, man, it's just beer. It's not like, you know, like what's saying you can't get in and brew beer. Like it's fucking 2024. Like she said, man, like get with the times, bro. Like,
for sure. Have you ever had any like unique circumstances due to that, or like you said, people surprised that you're a woman?
Yeah, actually, I brewed in Cayman Islands for 6 months.
Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah, during COVID. And there was a older gentleman, German, that was not impressed that there was a girl. They hired a female brewer.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He didn't think I could do it. I was like, just watch me.
Seriously, try the product first, you know?
And I had the early shift, so I had to start at 5 a.m. So I was by myself for about 3-4 hours. And then this gentleman was like, she won't be able to open the tanks. Like, what are we going to do? I was like, I can't open the tanks.
Yeah, buddy. Let me show you.
Obviously a bigger brewery compared to what we have here in Banff. So the tanks are way bigger. Like I had to get into a ladder to be able to open the fermenters.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
But
Wild.
yeah, he took a while, but after a while I was like, okay, she can stay.
It's like earning your stripes, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
but it shouldn't be like this.
No,
right? Like,
of course not.
But that's him, like different generation, right? Like, but if you're looking at our generation, it's like common. Like,
Still like that in
Yeah.
the kitchen though. Like,
True. Is it?
yeah, even for me, like, yeah, it's like every time you go to a new kitchen, you're just kind of like,
You have
oh,
to make-
fuck.
yeah.
You like, it's like you're kind of there, like, all right, you better show these dudes you can do it, or you're just gonna get labeled as an idiot, or you're not gonna get too far anyway. So it's just like I think it's just that same weird competitive, like, I don't know, mindset where you're just like, I want to be the best cook. It's like, oh, I want to be the best brewer. But I don't know, man. It's a weird industry we all work in.
Yeah.
Service
For
industry.
sure.
In
Lots of
general, it's just
personalities,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Oh God, yeah.
what I noticed about our industry, like restaurants and all that, and food and beverage in general, it's a lot of A-type personalities. Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of people that aren't afraid to like speak their mind or to be wrong or to just, yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, sometimes those don't overlap so well, but we all make it work.
Yeah.
We get around it.
In your time in the brewing industry, have you seen that perspective kind of shift in a way with women kind of entering the scene a little bit more? Or has
I
it kind
think
of been
so
constant?
because there is more female in the industry for sure.
Mhm.
So it's nice to see.
I feel like the craft beer scene used to just be like big bearded dudes in
Yeah,
plaid
exactly.
shirts. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Mhm. Well, I still wear plaid, but I'm just missing the beard.
Like for Halloween.
Yeah.
Just for Halloween goes like typical male brewer.
Yeah.
Just like beard, just like
well, yeah, back when I was drinking, like that was kind of
Yeah.
the craft beer style
Yeah.
was like super heavy IPAs. Like everyone's just trying
Yeah.
to beat each other with how bitter and strong
Oh,
the
yeah.
IPA
Mhm.
was.
I forgot about the IPA.
What are your thoughts on
Crazy.
that trend? I think that trend's kind of dying out
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. There's still like people that try to go higher in ABV, but like I don't know. Everybody likes to drink in Banff, so I tried to like get lower ABV.
For sure. So you can enjoy more of them.
people can
Like,
drink more.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, I
Like,
remember they had that. What was it? The double there, the
Oh, yeah.
double and the triple IPA for a while. Oh my god, dude! You'd have like one pint. You're like,
dude, one time in
all
Australia.
right, I'm just gonna have something else. Like, can I have a stout? What are they like? 4%? Like, just something else. Like, this not 10.5%. It's like
something to lighten the load.
oh,
Yeah.
you lighten the load. Holy god, you needed like. If you drank 2 of those, you're like, I'm pretty good for the night. Like, I'm
You're
alright.
cooked, man.
I think,
Yeah, it's
I think
too much.
The triple was like 10.5, 11%, like that.
When I was living in Australia, there's a brand, there's Coopers, right? Everyone knows the brand
Oh, yeah.
Coopers, where they ferment in the bottle and there's all the sediment, whatever. So they do these special
The
brews
same
like,
as Unibrew out of Quebec. All their stuff is all bottle conditioned.
yeah, bottle conditioned,
Yeah.
right? So everything's kind of fermenting in there. So they do these special kegs for like craft beer week where they
Mhm.
let them
Oh,
sit
yeah.
for years and years and years. So they're like keg fermented, but then you might have one that's 10 years old, but it was kegged as a strong beer at like 8.5% or something, but it's been sitting for 10 years. And like 2 of these schooners, like they drink tiny little like half pints there. And like
Looks like
2 of
barley wine
those,
at
and they're
that
right
point.
on top of you, like malt liquor
Oh.
style.
I
Like,
got
so
pretty
intense.
I got pretty buzzed up at Grizzly Paw once with a couple of the boys that are there, and yeah, we got into some of the barley wine. Like, it's not ready yet, but we can try some out. And I was like, all right, holy buddy.
So
Yeah,
what would
like-
that be, like unfiltered?
No, barley wine
Mash,
just like
or-
mangled strong. It's like you'd be like 14-15%. Like, it's just insane.
One time in my time when I was
It was
doing
wild.
I was bar managing at Park Distillery, and
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the distillers brought me out some vodka fresh off the still, undiluted. And he's like, "Yeah, man, just like
Try
just
that.
pulled this fresh from the still, man. Give it a little taste." And I like, it was maybe like 2 milliliters, and as soon as it hit my tongue, I was like, "Okay, this is strong." And then as soon as I exhaled, like absolute fire.
Oh yeah,
And I was walking
Be careful
crooked
with
like
that shit.
instantly. It was like bam, getting hit by a bus of booze. It was crazy.
Like maybe I shouldn't do that at work anymore. Like
Yeah, high
Jesus.
ABV, not always your friend.
High
No.
ABV, not always your friend. I think it's a good piece of advice to take away. We should have just named this podcast High ABV, not your friend. With Fred from Banff Ave Brewing Company.
High ABV is not for me.
Oh God. Any advice, Fred, on someone looking to get into the brewing scene? Just as like a beginner, or someone that's just maybe
Be
interested in
patient.
craft beer. Yeah. Be patient.
It sounds like go to school, right? Like,
Yeah,
get a leg
definitely. Like
up.
right now, like maybe when I got in like 9 years ago, it was really 50-50 between the people that like did not have any schooling. But now I feel like most brewery do want schooling behind like a background
Right.
For
to
sure.
get in. Yes, of course, like you learn a lot on the job, obviously, but yeah, most brewery are going to be looking for schooling to get in. And then, yeah, I feel not a lot of brewers are in and out, like,
For sure. It's one of those
especially
like
in the Bow Valley, right? Like the brewers have been there for like a while.
Yeah.
it's a
And-
longevity position. Once
Yeah.
you get it, you don't really tend to
Mhm.
leave, right?
Yeah, so, but obviously there's new breweries coming in and out, so yeah.
Probably being willing to relocate is
Yeah.
probably a big,
Oh, of course, yeah.
big factor
Mhm.
in,
No doubt.
in accomplishing that goal
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, if you live in a city, you have better chance, but if you're like,
do the
if
concentration.
you're
of
only
breweries.
focused with Banff or like small towns, like I guess you just have to be patient.
Yeah. And right place, right time kind of
Yeah,
has
exactly,
a big,
yeah.
big factor to
Mhm.
it too, right? If you had any advice you give to like your younger self, what like something that you discovered along your journeys? Maybe something you wish you knew earlier.
Very good question. I was very wise when I was younger. Just kidding.
We all were, right?
Beyond our
so
years.
good.
Beyond our years.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
definitely. I thought I was the smartest
Yeah.
20-year-old on the
Oh
planet.
man, I knew some shit when I was 20. Let me tell you. Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know. You're putting me on the spot here.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the question, so
Yeah. Was it?
yeah,
No.
that's okay.
I read my emails like that too.
We can split it.
I skim as well when he
Yeah.
sends me stuff.
No
There's-
problems
sometimes
at
it's a
all.
lot of reading, Fred. I get you.
I was like, that's a lot of words.
So we mentioned the Oktoberfest beer.
Yes.
Is there any other upcoming projects that you want to share with us?
For the fall beer, I'm working on a black IPA.
Sick.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's about time. I've been asking him for like 10 years. Let's go, Fred. Hell yeah, dude. Straight up. I've been like, man, you got to make one. Like,
Black IPA.
oh, it's so good, dude. Who is it? Category 12 does that one called Disruption. Oh my God, dude. I could drink like 100. It's like the black pill, but like hopped up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
That's
well,
the idea.
What are the specific? Yeah, but you probably can't tell us specifics.
but not
about it.
lager.
Yeah, it's not
IPA.
gonna be a lager. It's gonna be an ale. Gonna be using like darker malt, but not too much because you don't want to like be too roasty.
They can't like. Does that have anything to do with the thickness of it? Like like a stout. usually has a
No, so
thicker-
like like how like a stout and a porter is darker.
Mhm.
Basically, we're using like roasted barley
Okay, yeah.
to change the color.
To change
of
the
beer.
color, yeah.
So we want to change the color, but we don't want it too roasty.
Okay.
So we want like on a lighter side, where like the black pilsner we use midnight wheat, so it's not it's a little bit less roasty than roasted barley. So that's how we get the color in the black pilsner.
Okay.
So play around with that and put some hops and hope for the best.
Is it a lot of
Dope.
trial and error or what?
No, we just go for it.
You just go for it. You just rip it. That's sick.
It's like,
I mean, you kind of would have an idea of what tastes like
Yeah.
what based on how you
Yeah.
treat the
Mhm.
ingredients over time, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's pretty
Mhm.
awesome. That's a cool.
Yes, that's the idea here. And then yeah, this is where I'm at now with the beers.
Awesome.
I'm stoked.
Right
I've been
on.
waiting for a black IPA for like a lot. Like
You'll be seeing
10
that.
years I've been drinking there. I'm like, fuck, you guys should do a black IPA. Brandon's always like, yeah. I'm like, you should do a black IPA. Next time I'll see her, be like, Fred did a black IPA.
Picking favorites. Well, yeah, if you want to go try Fred's Delicious Brews for yourself, go on down to the brew pub. They're open 7 days a week. They got some
Okay.
really good deal nights too. I think they still do Stein night and stuff. You
Yeah,
can
on
get a
Thursdays.
whole bunch of it.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
Great deals every night of the week. They got great food there too. So if you are looking for
Hells yeah.
some food, some good beer, I think it's a pretty cool system too. It's all like kind of tap. You guys do kegs? There was something cool with your tap system, right?
Everything is tapped directly from the tanks.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
That's
So they
what it
don't-
was. That's what
Mhm.
I was looking for.
Like they go in there and then they just don't see oxygen until they hit your glass. It's like, what the fuck else do you want in a beer, man? Like
Straight
Okay.
from the tank.
didn't even go into a
Yeah.
keg.
That's sick.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, very unique system. Well, maybe not unique, but unique to Banff. I don't know anyone else in Banff that's
Yeah.
having that type of system. So go check it out if you haven't already.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in and chatting to us. We're gonna cut into a little bit of the fun section of the show. Not that this hasn't been fun, but our favorite post from the last
funny-
2 weeks.
The
Funny.
funny section of the show.
Good way to put it. Good way to put it. Let's cut to the first one here, Matt. This first one's a little bit for the dogs.
Oh god. This one was great.
So, being a
There
dog
we go.
owner, well, I'm sure we'll have a comment from you on this. For those that are just listening in, this is the Mutt Mutt, which I think are bag dispensers that are placed around the town of Canmore to give their
There's
dog.
some around Banff.
There's
too.
some around Banff too?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Nice.
didn't know that. Good to know. So basically, these are bag dispensers for dog owners so they can get bags, pick up their dog's fecal matter, and then dispose of it responsibly. Someone clearly didn't get that message because they took the bag, picked up their dog's doo-doo, and put it right back into the dispenser with all the bags.
Imagine going
Dude.
like, I bet you what happened is somebody reached in there to get a bag, just not thinking about it, and just
Oh,
grabbed a bag
no.
of shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd be pissed.
Picture
I would be
this.
too,
yeah.
dude.
You're at the dog park. You got the Overheard podcast, episode 27, with Fred from the Brew Pub in your ears. You're just not paying attention, obviously, because you're having so many laughs and a good time. You go to grab a dog poop bag, and you get a
Full of
handful
shit.
of turd.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, man.
that's a bad day.
I'd make a post.
I would too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you for
Yeah.
bringing this to our attention. If you're a dog owner doing this, shame on you.
And don't be an idiot.
Shame.
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 Shame on you.
Yeah.
Well, the next one, actually, this one was really good. Kind of reminds me of the beach party back home, but also of Lake Louise. Check this out. So this is real picture of Lake Louise in the summer, and it's just like The Simpsons. Is that The Simpsons, or is that? Oh, that's an actual picture.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a mangled beach.
Someone's just photoshopped like a crazy beach and then put a Lake Louise backdrop. Tourists at Lake Louise is nuts, man. I went a couple weeks ago when we had some guests in town. Nat's parents are in town visiting, so we're like, we're gonna go to Lake Louise. They definitely want to go see it, of course.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
must
well,
You can't
Yeah.
not. If your parents are here, you can't not.
So we're like, we should either go early in the morning or late at night. So we decided to go like 8 o'clock.
in the morning or
No, at night. Yeah, we went in the
Oh.
nighttime. We probably got there like maybe 7. And then people are freaking out at the price of parking. And like there was parking available. It was great. But like you're supposed to be out of there by 9 p.m., which like, okay, there's no one there kicking you out. You're not going to get fined. Like Parks Canada does
Yeah.
a great job at moving people around and like not fining people, more educating people. And there's people like watching you do it like, yo, it's like, don't pay that. It's $37. Like that's insane how busy it is, how expensive. It's like, well, yeah, it's because all
Did
these
you know
people are
where you
here.
are?
Take the bus for $10. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like if you don't like you don't want to pay extra for having the convenience to bring your vehicle right there. Like
Take a bus.
take
There's
a bus.
options.
Take
Yeah,
a
bro.
bus.
Mhm.
But yeah, Lake Louise, absolutely nuts. Get there early, go there late,
Yeah,
or go in October.
Yeah.
when no one's
It's
there.
easier.
no one's there.
Yeah, just go in
Yeah.
October.
Those are usually my late season hikes or the Lake Louise
Yeah.
ones because you got to
Mhm.
wait for the crowds
Yeah,
to die
yeah.
down. I'm not taking a 4 a.m. bus.
To go do a
Even
hike.
now, they're
'Cause then
probably so busy.
It
Forget
doesn't even
about it.
matter though. Like we did it when my parents were here too. Like you go out Johnson Canyon, you get there super early, you hike out, and then on the way back, you're just getting smashed with like 7,000 people all going they're like the same direction. And you're
True.
like, sorry, can I get through? Can I get through? Can I get through to like a row of just like tour
Yeah.
bus after
Yeah.
tour bus? It's wild.
Johnson Canyon is one of the more busier ones too,
Yeah.
though. Tons of great hikes off the beaten path.
No doubt.
I picked up a book earlier this year. It's like Canadian hiking guide to the Canadian Rockies.
Cool.
It's got everything. It's got like Peter Lougheed, Kananaskis, Banff, Yoho.
Perfect.
Nice. There you
It's
go.
sick. If you're looking for some hikes that are off the beaten path, pick that up for sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, Dan, you wanted to mention this next one. It's a little fundraiser we got going here from a local homie.
Yeah. So my homie Aaron, he's doing a cycling fundraiser to raise money for kids with cancer. He's biking, I think 100 kilometers, if not more. He's already done, what does that say?
27K.
27K down. He's raised 780 bucks.
Yeah, $786 already.
Yeah. So he's been posting that on Overheard page as well as his personal page. We have it highlighted here. Can you spell his last name? It's Aaron Zawecki, I think, or you can spell it for me, please.
Z-E-W.
I'm so sorry, dude. I can barely see it from here.
Z-E-W-I-E-C. But you can if you go on Overheard, you'll be able to find this post here. But go show him some love.
Show him some love.
Doing it for a good cause. Figure we give him a shout out,
Iran had a super funny comment on his post. He was he's like, you're raising money to try to fight kids with cancer? I was like, no. And he's like, no.
Jesus Christ.
Fighting for kids with cancer. All right.
And speaking of another good one, we got another local Jasper one here. So it says, if any Jasperites are on this page, please drop down the donation center. We have new items, lots of nice. I can't read that. What does it say? Bets? Betties?
Bettings, I think.
I think it's spelled wrong, but just go down to the donation center. They've got lots of jackets and everything, and
so there's the donation center in Canmore that's been set up for all the Jasperites that have been displaced.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen too many of them in Banff. I think a lot of them end up in Canmore or other places. I just heard, what's that town that's really close that people got evacuated to? That's west of there?
Valemont.
Yeah. Valemont just got
there you go.
Evacuated like yesterday
Oh,
or
really?
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So could you imagine people that got evacuated from Jasper to Valemont just have to move again? So there might be more people coming down to the Bow Valley. So donations are still being accepted.
Talking to Jasper, the Brew Pub actually is doing a big fundraiser on August 22nd.
Cool.
We have a lot of good prizes, raffle. Come on down.
Go on down.
Is that certain? Is that a kind of an all day thing?
Ooh, I don't know.
We'll post some links.
She's
we'll
busy
get back
making
to
the
you.
beer, man. She's busy making the beer, not planning the events. But August 22nd, I'm sure keep your eyes on social media.
Yeah.
Banff Ave Brewing. You can find them on Instagram, on Facebook. All that information will be there for you. The response from the townspeople has been pretty awesome to see. Not just Banff, Canmore, Lake Louise, everywhere.
Yeah, I think everybody's trying to help out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the same when Fort Mac had the big fire as well. Like,
for sure,
was so many people just down to help out, and
I think it's kind of starting to be united as well, where all the kind of smaller fundraisers are kind of being amalgamated into bigger, kind of relief efforts, which is super nice. So keep it up out there, everybody.
Some lighter things, some lighter notes, some less softer notes, as you would say, dancing across the palette. How do you say it?
Oh, dancing across the palette to the rhythm of smooth jazz.
Yeah, there you go. Dan says it all the time.
I use it for everything. People are like, how's the Pinot Noir? It's like, well, some say it dances on the palette to the rhythm of smooth jazz.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'll have a glass.
It's a home run.
Do you have a 9 ounce? 12 ounce? All right. Well, this first one is pretty good here. It says, whose phone is this? Playing Evanescence. Just found it now in the water station outside of Night Owl. So somebody was just jamming and is still currently jamming Evanescence. Is that imaginary? Yep. Just hammering
track, you would, dude.
Just hammering it.
You would.
I don't know the track. I'm just reading it.
Someone's having a super angsty walk home, lost their phone, obviously having a bad night. If you're walking home 2 a.m. listening to Evanescence, man.
You're like, tonight sucked, man. It seems to Amy Lee to really get me through my walk home. And then they're like, no, dude. Fuck Amy Lee. Falafel's where it's at. That's what I'm talking about. I need a shawarma, man. Let's go. And then they forgot all about it.
I think the only thing that could get you out of an Evanescence funk is a shawarma.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, you're like crying. You're just like, oh man, this hits it deep, man. You're just like, oh, shawarma. Fuck this.
Probably some dude out on a date with a babe. Obviously didn't wet well. Was probably at the brew pub. Maybe had a couple too many pints. Hopefully not. But yeah, lose your phone. Listen to Evanescence. Damn.
Embarrassing. God.
Well,
I would have done this I would have retrieved this via DMs.
I just thought it was hilarious.
No, I would not have posted me like, that's me.
Yeah.
Dude, are you the Evanescence guy? People would be like recognizing the street. Like, are you the Evanescence guy? What, you recognize me?
Now we're all going to go look for the PM do comment. Like,
Yeah.
Moving on. I hope you got your phone back in all seriousness.
Yeah.
This next one is fucking wild though, dude. I totally forgot about this because we had last week off, but check this out.
Oh my god, no. What are they doing? Oh my god. Oh no.
You're such crazy nut.
Why do you think this is a road?
Yeah,
Like-
the guy at the
Oh my
end,
God,
he goes, you're such crazy nuts. This is a
Oh
walkway.
my god.
Like, this guy rides by on his bike, goes into the ditch here, eats
Oh
shit
no.
himself, and then yells.
You're such crazy nuts. This is a walk.
Like, it's just insane, man. Like, I don't know how the hell that car even got on. Like, they would have had to get on down by, like,
The canoe docks.
Like, the
yeah,
canoe docks.
but still, like, there's
Lots
not
to
a lot of
unpack.
room.
Here.
Yeah,
Lots to unpack here. First of all, we got a rental car. For those that are listening, in a rental car, white Hyundai,
Yeah,
driving.
I'll cue it up again here.
Cue it up again. We're driving down the walkway that's by the. People are yelling and screaming, as you can hear. The videographer with the "oh no" was like, that one got me for sure.
and they went pretty far.
Oh, I won't
If
play
they
it
went
now.
in like
Yeah, like
they
that's
drove for a bit.
That's
Because
a
that
ways
was down
down.
by the gazebo. So
Yeah.
they would have gone like almost an entire block down the road.
At least
on
the block.
on that pathway.
Like no
itself.
clue. Yeah.
Just absolutely clueless.
Insane.
And like you could see him, like, because people were waving at him in the car, and he's like,
Just
No, no,
wait
no.
back.
"Oh hey, how's it going?" It's like, no, man, stop your car. It's like, "Oh hey, we'll see you later."
Doing the Queen's wave.
Oh, yeah,
as
just doing
people's
the
life
Queen's
is
wave.
Is this
danger.
VIP? There's no traffic in Banff.
Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
What are those people on Overheard complaining about?
A lot of bikes, but I didn't notice any other congestion down this whole road.
Now, the dude that takes the spill did cop a lot online in the
Oh, yeah.
comments. Like,
You could have stopped.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, part of me was like, is this guy looking for a lawsuit or something? Maybe being like, because he's behind
Maybe a
and he
new
pulls up the
bike.
side. But
Yeah,
my
watch,
God,
like,
he's
watch,
just-
yeah, watch. He's behind them,
What are they doing?
and then pulls up
God.
beside him. Like, where was he going to go? And then rode into the ditch on his own.
Yeah.
Oh
And then fell
no.
You're such crazy nuts. This is a walk.
That's the best.
You're
Oh my God,
such
no, no, no,
crazy
no, no, no,
nuts.
no. What are they doing?
Amazing. So,
God.
yeah, some wild footage. Be aware when you're out there, especially in the summer months, man.
Oh,
People have no
no.
clue what they're doing.
it's insane.
But the soundbite is what got me.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're such crazy nuts. Pretty good stuff. But yeah, dangerous, very dangerous.
It's the same.
Apparently, it is. What was it, Beaver Street?
Yeah, this is a
apparently down
classic one.
Beaver Street, a classic, dude. Smashed off mirror. I don't know what it is with drunk people smashing off side view mirrors, but like that's a dick move, dude.
Yeah, man, be cool.
Come to your house, slam your cupboard, see how you like that.
Move your
Yeah.
house closer to the TV.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, if you're out there doing this, man, I get getting rowdy. I get being a young.
I'm trying to figure out if we should censor the bottom of this. Let me crop this real quick. Just
What do you mean? Oh, just due to the content or what?
yeah. Just let me.
I can talk about this other one a little bit about the phenomena of dudes walking home.
I'm gonna get this.
I'm assuming it's a dude behavior. I don't know how many chicks would be walking around kicking mirrors and stuff, but this is
Hey, you
someone
never
very
know.
close to the podcast. You know, there's CrossFit, there's other things out there. If you have that much pent up frustration, like, you know, I would recommend working out. Like,
Go huck a rope around at
Yeah.
CrossFit, dude. You want to punch mirrors? Go huck a rope, throw a tire around. I don't know, punch a wall. I don't know. I don't know
like-
what they do at CrossFit. I'm not really sure. I've never been
I
there.
Just
lost-
lift weight, guys. It's
I
just
lost my
weights.
phone with my favorite Evanescence playlist. Ah,
He lost. That's probably who it was. He's like, fuck, I was really enjoying Evanescence. Now I lost my phone. Fuck this mirror.
crack the code.
Cracked it.
CSI.
Okay, I did edit this next one here so that we
Okay,
can
cool.
we can show it because it is actually really good. We have to use it.
Of course.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay, so this one was cropped just because we're kind of scared of the
TOS.
the
yeah.
community guidelines here on Twitch and potentially crossing them. So below where it's been cropped out, there would have been a baggie. And it says, when you find that mystery bag on the bathroom floor after a night of partying, it's a picture of Steve Irwin, very pleased to have found
Crikey.
something in the wild.
And then, like, the title at the top, I loved it. It just says, Crikey, make Overheard great again. I was like, nice.
So some great content over here. One of our later posts, someone commented, is that the next one? Yeah.
Oh,
Let's cut to the next one. So this one was in response to this Irish dude jumping in on Overheard. I don't know if you've seen this, but yeah, let's cut to it.
yeah, let's not dox anybody, but I mean, everybody probably knows who it is. At this
Yeah.
point. But so this one reads, this group is good, but it kind of sucks. Like, why would I ever want to visit Banff if I knew that people were watching and bitching on me on my every move? He's like, where I'm from, Ireland, people just let each other be, and there's none of this little natty clicky groups just saying.
Okay, this guy got absolutely torched in the comments. It was so good. People are like, then don't come. Like, no one asked you to come. There's one comment. I'm going to find it here because I took an extra screenshot of it because it was absolutely
people were
wild.
lighting them right out there. Like, well, you don't have to be part of this group, dude. Like, what are you talking about? And then someone else went on about modding, and it was just like, it was out of control. Hilarious.
So this is the comment that had over 115 likes and reacts. And it says, the Irish Catholics and Protestants are famous for their live and let live approach to their neighborhood relations. So, like, just calling a spade a spade. Great comment. Big shout out to the poster of that because that had me in stitches.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that comment. It was absolutely great.
Later, this dude, to be like trying to lighten the mood on Overheard, posted this.
Is this the same poster that posted this?
That's the same poster.
Okay, so he also got lit up for this one. It says, I have a good idea for some better content in this group. Here's what I cooked for dinner last night. It was very nice. It's literally a plate with spaghetti, some sort of a meat sauce, I guess, and then just like torn up slices of cheese on top of it, like marble cheese.
This is what I cooked when I was a degenerate.
This is
and
what
I
I
had
cooked
no
when I was
money
like
till payday.
This is what I cooked when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
My mom's like, just make yourself something. There's meat sauce in there. And you're like, fuck, I really want cheese. And you're like, oh, all there is slices of marble. Oh, yeah, we'll put it in the microwave. It'll melt. Then you just eat this abomination. I don't even know what that is.
So this dude clearly trying to lighten the mood. This was the follow-up to his last post. And then he got just torched again. Like,
what did Chase commented something? He's like, would have melted that cheese a little bit, but I'd probably eat it. And just like, it was so good. People were just ripping him apart, and Chase is like, I'd probably eat that.
And
like,
yeah, this was in response to everyone like not dogging the page, but being like, this page sucks, man. But it's like, yo, we curate the content. It's not like it's not like the admins
if you're not
are
happy
there.
with it, like leave the group.
No, find some better shit to post.
Yeah.
post
Like,
your own better shit then. If you got something better to post it. Like, I just don't get it.
you know what I mean? It's not on the admin. And like the admin had a big like,
They're not. It's not their job to go out and get stuff to post on
For
the fucking
sure.
page. They're
They
just there to
click
make
yes
sure
or
it's
no.
not stupid, and then that's it. They're just like, is this going to violate terms of service? No. Then okay, here you go.
anyways, hilarious that they let this guy just get absolutely roasted in the comments. That's what it's for, man. It's for fun. It's not serious. Like,
No doubt.
I don't know.
That's what I'm having for dinner.
Oh God.
Thank you for the idea.
Not me.
With a Labatt 50.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
Yeah, there we go. Nice, perfect pairing. I paired my microwave lasagna with a nice Labatt 50. Slightly warm, left it on the counter for half an hour to really get the flavor.
Dude, Labatt 50 used to be the beer when I was broke and I could only afford one beer. That's the beer I would get like at a bar or a club or something because it would take me so long to finish it. Like, it's that
horrible.
freaking gross.
I lived like a block from Labatt Brewing in London for like years. I can attest that Labatt Blue is really just disgusting.
Labatt Blue? Not a
Yeah,
fan?
it's horrible. No, it's horrible.
I used to drink a little bit of a Labatt Blue out east for sure.
Gross.
Maybe I'm a gross dude.
Dan, have you got this next post pulled up? Because this one's a little bit of a long read, but it is pretty much the biggest
I know
fucking
which
dick
one.
move ever. Like, I get it, kind of, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, absolutely get fucked.
Yeah, this one deserves a bit of a read. I'm going to pull it up here from the source.
Because, like, if this was me, I'd be definitely telling someone to fuck right off and definitely not giving them any of my money at all.
All
whatsoever.
right, so I got it here.
Wow.
So this one reads.
Yeah, that's why I said, Dan, you're going to have to pull this one up.
This is a bit of a mouthful. So yeah, the caption reads, "Hey, I know you lost everything, but I'm still going to need you to pay rent." Now, this is not the person that posted this. This is from another page called Alberta Landlords and Tenant Complaints. It reads, "Hello, I'm a renter from Jasper. Our town has recently hit by wildfires. We do not know when we will be able to move back into the house. It's currently illegal to enter the town. And even when we can enter the town, we do not know the state of the house, smoke, water damage, etc. So realistically, it's looking like 3 months until we can go back to living in the house, but it could be longer. Our landlord is still expecting us to pay full rent during this time. After some negotiations, she has agreed to take off $600 a month for extra tenant fee we pay, as there is no one living in there, but still wants to charge us the rest of the rent, which includes utilities. How fucked is that?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Anyone-
Like why?
So
Like
it continues to read, does anyone know our rights regarding a frustration or force majeure, which I guess are like terms,
That sounds like legal jargon.
legal jargon.
yeah.
It says we are in a fixed term 1 year lease. We do not have tenant insurance. Yes, we know we should have had it. We are unfortunately new to the country and did not know at the time, so we were trying to navigate this situation as is.
Well, tenants insurance doesn't really protect you legally.
For your rent?
Yeah, for your rent.
Does it?
No, that just protects like against your
The
content.
stuff,
Your
yeah.
property
Your
and stuff.
content.
But could you
Mhm.
imagine
The
having
landlord
to be? Yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
I think maybe
That's just
knowing that they're new arrivals, trying to fucking.
Maybe they're trying to. Yeah.
That's like the scummiest of scummy thing that I've read in a long time.
No doubt. It's like, and they said, they don't even know if their house is still like there or burnt down or has smoke damage or water damage or what. Like
Yeah.
everything in their house could be absolutely fucked and they can't move back there at all anyways. So they're just in limbo right now.
So you're going to pay rent for 3 months to a place that you could potentially
they're,
not move back
they're
into.
already worried about figuring out accommodation somewhere else. It's probably
Yeah.
6 times as expensive. Like
Yeah.
they're probably staying in a hotel, fucking who knows where, you know what I mean? So
Wild.
that is the
That's insane.
dick move of the week. I think we should call that one the prick of the week.
The landlord loser of the week.
Loser of the week this week on Landlord's Loser of the Week.
What a bum.
No doubt. Well, on to some a little more lighthearted Alberta content. This one is good. I like this one. This is what movie? What show is this from?
This is from the TV show The Boys,
Oh, yes.
which is a pretty good show about like superheroes and stuff.
Yep.
So the post reads, it's like one of the female characters going, I just moved here from Ontario. And then one of the main characters who's like notoriously a dick has like this bad smirk. And it's like obviously a judging look from people from Alberta,
yeah.
judging people from Ontario because there's a million of us here.
Where you here from? I just moved here from Ontario. It's like great. Another one of you
Another
dicks.
one.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Hey, you can't blame people for wanting to move to a better place, man.
Yeah, man. Sorry, bud.
We're here.
Sorry, not sorry, bud.
You should come to Banff if you don't. You don't like people from Alberta, like,
Yeah.
or from Ontario. Watch out.
Oh, dude, me and a couple of homies watched Dude, Where's My Car a couple weeks back because we haven't seen it for like ever. We just like had a little, smoky and
Electric cigarette.
electric cigarette, and yeah, we watched it. But this one instantly reminded me of this because, like, could you imagine just doing this drunk and then walking out and trying to find your car?
This has got to be the best parking post this summer, I would say. For
Right.
those that don't know the
Yeah.
spot, this is the walkway to the pedestrian bridge.
Like
What
the
is-
original pedestrian bridge.
What street is that? Is the one that the bank is on?
Beaver? No.
Muskrat. Oh, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Is it Buffalo?
Buffalo
Yeah.
and
And
Muskrat.
Muskrat.
Yeah.
This is the intersection of Buffalo and Muskrat going on the pedestrian bridge. Someone thought it was a fucking parking space. They're parked on the path.
Like right at the entrance, there's like that concrete post there where you can't drive through there. But these guys are just like perfect spot, man. Roads are all full.
Yo, this might be that same dude that was driving up beside
It
the
wasn't.
river.
I looked.
Yeah.
I looked.
I'm
at,
surprised it didn't go through the bridge through.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This buddy's just driving over the bridge. Like, well, I wonder why this thing's so shaky. It's meant to hold humans. Yeah. But,
Wild.
oh god. Well, that was the last post of the week, and I had to save it for last, man. Like,
This is so good.
it's-
Best
don't
parking
forget
post
where
of the
we
summer
parked.
for sure.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Summer's not over.
I know.
Oh, there's more to
I
come.
know.
There's
Kids
more
go back
come.
to school end of the month though, so bring
Well,
on the blue hairs, baby.
Yeah, that even might increase the parking situation.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm into it. Well, you guys know the drill. If you see dumb parking anything, send
Post
it our way because we'll blast them online. Big
And if
time.
you're from Ireland and you don't like us blasting parking, send us some better shit, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
send
do?
us your content.
Send us your neighborhood friendly content from Ireland where they bomb their neighbors. Fucked up.
At least, well, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
I'm a third Irish, so I could really get into that, but I'm not.
We've
gonna
had enough
'cause-
political discourse for today.
Yeah.
Fred, thanks for taking the time to come and chat with us today.
You're
It's been
welcome.
awesome
Anytime.
diving into
Yeah.
what you do, the brew pub, your journey here to Banff. It's been great. I had a couple laughs, learned a little bit for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, it was a good time, man. I'm looking forward to that black IPA.
Black IPA sounds
Ooh.
gnarly.
Yeah, buddy. I might
So
have to go down there and get some of that.
Well, it's not quite ready yet.
No, I know. When it is, we'll go down. We'll get some snacks, and you can watch me drink beer.
Absolutely.
I'll let you smell every single one of them first.
Get connected into the Banff Ave Brewing social media, the Instagram, the Facebook, to get all those updates as they're coming out. Same with all the fundraiser updates for August 22nd. Make sure you go out there for a good cause party and for the people of Jasper. Because they clearly need it if they're being forced to pay rent.
No, fuck, dude. Someone help these guys pay rent. Like, fuck me.
What a scumbag landlord. Anyways,
wild,
next week we got a bit of a different episode. We did beer this week. We're gonna do cannabis next week. Our boy Hessel's coming by. If you don't know Hessel, he's one of the bud tenders here in town. I don't think I should. Maybe I won't mention it. The business in case he doesn't want to. Super involved in the cannabis industry. I believe he's from the Netherlands.
Yeah, he's from the Netherlands.
So kind of the catalyst of legal cannabis originated in the Netherlands. So we'll touch on that a little bit. He was Alberta's quickest joint roller 2 years in a row, I think he said. So some pretty cool accolades in my book. I'm
no doubt.
A bit of a cannabis connoisseur. And we'll have him in. We're going to talk a little bit about the smokables. So thanks a lot for joining us this week. Thank you, Fred, for coming by.
Heck yeah.
Go to the brew pub, drink some delicious beer. Keep your eyes out for more stuff coming on the way.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, all the guests, for tuning in. And like every week, see you next Tuesday.